I'm not a deathmatch guy. I never have been. I understand why people like it. It's obviously a draw. We had Matt Cardona on this show. Go back and watch that in the archives at thewrestlingmatchshow.com. Look what it did for him. But the way they did some of that stuff last night, the barbed wire usage, the staple guns, it wasn't over the top. But you know what? If you call the match Blood and Guts and it's in a steel cage and 2 rings and it's 10 guys and they all hate each other, you know what? People should come out looking worse for wear. And they did a good job of that. That staple gun thing when they went all around and then there was a staple gun in Okada's finger, which was the only thing that really happened to him. That was well done. The barbed wire stuff was well done. What I noticed, because if you're going to put that stuff on TBS or TNT, whatever, you heard some of the bleeps in the MJF Ospreay stuff. They showed you everything in the Blood and Guts match. What I also did like is that it happened, but it wasn't like zoom in shots. Because I don't think they really want to show that at 9:45. You don't want to zoom in and see the staple on somebody's back or whatever. By the way, I got cut by my dog. I ran into her teeth when we were playing right before the show started. So I have a little bit of my own blood and guts in my head. I'm okay, though. Nobody wanted to zoom in on that. I'm not going to do that either. But they didn't do that. I think that was their way around how you could broadcast such a, for lack of a better term, barbaric match. You didn't zoom in. You didn't make a point to show that stuff. You showed it, but from afar. It doesn't take away the effect of it. And, you had the big table spot with Bowens on the outside. They took a nice zoom. They shot that match quite well. The only thing I nitpick about in terms of how that match was produced was when Hangman and Swerve come in, and Swerve takes out everybody. And Hangman's in one ring and Swerve's in the other, and they're going to meet. And when they went to meet, they took the out of the cage shot instead of taking the above shot. So we missed the initial impact. Little thing, but just those punches between the two. After Swerve had gotten destroyed by Hangman on the outside, he comes back in, and the crowd came up for that. And when I said, okay, there's a lot of money left in this. And what's interesting is that, listen, Hangman's going to be thinking about Swerve. How is he going to get to Swerve? Well, he had to win the Owen. So he had to wrestle Jeff Jarrett, and he had to wrestle Jay White, and he had to wrestle Bryan Danielson. It wasn't about beating those guys. It was about getting to Swerve. How is he going to get to Swerve? Well, I got to have these matches with people that are in my way. Well, he didn't win. And Bryan Danielson has the title match at Wembley. And that's weeks away. That's a month away. What does Hangman Doodle then? Well, he's going to probably... His motivation, no matter what, even after last night, is still going to be about getting to Swerve. You don't deserve this. You shouldn't have this. That's what he's yelling at him. They captured that beautifully on camera. No microphone, just capturing it. And I'll get to that, the use of the microphone in the match in a little bit. But when they came from one ring and the other, and the crowd was, there is a massive match there when they get back to them in the ring. I don't think they're going to get too far away from each other, but it was big. It felt big. It was big. So towards the end, Mark's hitting all those J drillers on everybody, and that lays them out. And that now sets up what happens at the end. Jack Perry's in the Raven spot. He takes the chair. Lot of conversation about an unprotected chair shot. I've talked to enough people in the last 5 or 6 hours. I don't know this for sure. Not every steel chair is made the same. Not every steel chair is a steel chair. It's interesting that some steel chairs, like the one we heard last night, sounded like one of those cookie sheets that don't hurt. I'm all for safety. We don't need unprotected headshots with steel chairs. Don't get too worried about that. As from enough people that I've talked to in the last few hours. Just think of it this way, okay? We haven't seen those chair shots in AEW. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I might have. It's been 5 years. I can't say I've seen everything. But there is a level of safety there. We know that's WWE got rid of them a while ago, and people were getting fined when they did them. Think about all the stuff they did last night. And we'll get to the gas and all that, but the barbed wire and the staple gun and everything that happened. When you're going to put that show on broadcast television, there's going to be some things that get approved or disproved or not allowed. Eddie Kingston has recently talked about the fact he wanted to do the Terry Funk gimmick with Flair with the bag over his head and was told no. Not doing it. Tony Khan talked about it too. Not doing it. And that's fine. My point is that there's stuff that gets approved and there's stuff that doesn't. I feel fairly confident saying that chair shot was approved and was approved for a reason. Now, we find out that Jungle Boy has a concussion. A legitimate one? Okay. I'm just saying the safety police probably should do some extensive reporting before they file any charges. And by the way, if it wasn't a full-on steel chair, it didn't matter. The image still, the effect still was the same. There's gimmicks in movies and all that stuff, and hell, a couple weeks ago when Mina did the glass bottle on Tony, or whatever, Mariah, whatever the hell it was a gimmick bottle. Who cares? I know people are like, oh, the Jungle Boy thing with the real glass. No, I'm not talking about that. But that stuff can be taken care of, and it can still look good or sound good or have the desired effect. You don't watch a movie and then get on the internet and go, well, that chair was gimmicked. Blah, blah, blah. I got taken out of it because it was clearly a fake chair. Yeah, it's a movie. It's a TV show. Last night you watched a TV show. Hey, this is Matt Camp. Thanks for checking out one of our recent clips from the Wrestling Mat. Why is someone so close to The Rock kind of throwing Cody under the bus?
Yeah, a lot of people won't engage with Jim Cornette. I did, just because I have a mark for Jim Cornette. And
Please subscribe right now. Hit the like and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I think you should listen to your TV partners. Let me tell you about WWE and a little insight. More subscribers means more content. And make sure you follow us on social media at WrestlingMat23 on both Twitter and Instagram.